Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Just a change of a little scene on the screen, just to see the live ladder as well. Gonna go through the head-to-heads to see who you guys are up against. Gedog up here against the Team Andrew. So Team Andrew I think is gonna win here, but Gedog up here sitting on 18th at the moment. He definitely has to win here. There's no doubts about it. He's got to start making moves now, or he's going to make the risk of missing out the finals in the future. You got to start getting wins eventually, and it's just going to get harder and harder as teams start scoring more. So he's running out of time. That's the reason why I'm down so many trades, because I've actually used so many boosts, and it's just ludicrous just to keep myself in contention, at least in the league anyway. I'm up against the bench warmers. I've won 3 in the trot from 0 and 3, so being 3 and 3, I'm going to back myself in this week, but it's not going to be easy. I have to make sure I get everything right this week. The bench warmers definitely been a team to actually score well. So, and he's top 4 for a reason. So we need to work on what we're going to do. I think we're going to back Gilden in and just try and build on my team. My dog's up against the Duke Fletcher. This will be an interesting one. My dog's threatened to score huge last week, so he's got some big scores in him. So the Duke Fletcher's he's top 8 as well. He's definitely scoring quite well. So this is keeping the top 8. This is definitely an interesting one to see. Who's going to win this one? I don't know. I'm thinking Mud Dogs with an upset. But that's it. That's nothing to take away from the Fletcher. He's proved himself well. Leslie up against WC Rule. WC Rule probably will win this one. Leslie's been struggling. He won. He was very he had a couple really strong scores early, Leslie, but started struggling early. I don't know what's going on there. So maybe he just went and kept with the mid prices where a lot of us wasted trades and traded out and just made a few bad decisions. Wouldn't mind him throwing a few comments in down below just to let us know exactly what he's thinking, what he's trying to do. We'll be interested. So WC Rule wants to turn his season around, get 12 points, about the 12 points. Would be really good for him, especially if the guys just above him, that's like myself, start losing games. He could go up even to almost 8th position. So that's how tight this is. Alright, let's go further down and have a look. So you got Balls of Fury up against Jordan DeGropey, and I think Jordan DeGropey should be able to get this one. He's thrown a couple of upsets too, but he's someone who has not been really that consistent. So Jordan DeGropey's been a bit up and down. Like I said, recent times, every second week's been low, every second week's been high for some of these players, and then there's a select few, only a little few, that will consistently score high, and that's in the top of the ladder, like Murray FC, James, Dominic and Corey, except for Corey last week. I mean, Cam Savaki, he knew last week. He had some problems, so but he's still getting the win, so that's the main thing for him. Anyway, who else? Wingardium Leviosa up against Bomb Kenny. Wingardium Leviosa should be able to win this one, but the same thing again. Bomber Kenny, just good start to the season. Look like he's going to turn things around, but just failing to just to add on and build on. So he's just starting to drop down the ladder. So he's about 19th now. So it's been unfortunate because these guys didn't have the best season last year. But Bob McKenney and Leslie were looking to start really good this season, but it's turning into a bad season for them now. So they need to make some more moves, and nothing to put away from them. They still score very well. It's just that it's a very tight league, and you've got to be crazy enough to waste trades to keep up with these guys. Bag Bowl up against KC for the boys. Bag Bowl actually scored 2,000 last week. Been struggling earlier on this season, so it was really good to see him get 2,000 plus. So he's actually putting in some effort. KC for the boys did score some 1 or 2 really good weeks, so Spag Bowl's going to be up against it, but who knows? If he keeps building on it, he might get 21, 2,200. All it takes is 1 or 2 injuries, and KC for the boys is going down. But I think the chicken's going all around there. Mario FC against UFC Angelo. Whew. This is the game of the round, I think. It's going to be a tough one. UFC Angelo, early on, he was the high. I think he was one of the highest. Mud Dogs and Angelo were both projected like 2,600, maybe even 2,700 at one stage. So if that doesn't scare, it should. But Mario FC's James has been very consistent throughout. probably have to back the most consistent player in the league so far, but UFC Angelo is definitely building on this season. He's been making plays, and I don't know, he's ready for an upset, and he's not going to go down without a fight. And it's all about getting the captaincies right as well. Deepak and Cam Suvlaki probably have to go Cam Suvlaki to bounce back this week, but nothing to put away Deepak. I think definitely Deepak is someone who has scored well in the past, and he's a bit up and down as well, but that doesn't mean he might be up this week. But yeah, looking at the ladder below, you can see Bob McKinney gets right up there, Leslie and Spagbowl's down. That's 17, 18, 19, 20, but they'll be looking to bounce back from here. It's going to be hard from here. That's the reason why I wasted so many trades. I'm down to 17 trades just to get contention up way, guys. But yeah, the last two battles here, the head-to-heads, going to be very interesting. Just to see who wins there. It's going to be very tight. UFC Angelo, crazy scorer as well. And that's nothing to take for Mud Dogs as well. Mud Dogs is on the radar as well. He's scored well. But yeah, I think Cam will take it down, but he's not very happy at the moment with his team, having a few issues. But it's finally fair on my behalf that everyone else is sharing a bit of the issues as well. Because if you followed from the start of the season, you'll just see how many issues I've had. If you have a look at the first couple of weeks, you'll see how far behind I was. I was like about 145,000 rating points, and now I'm about 63,000. So I have halved it, over halved, but. And hopefully next week we can get down to about 40,000, then 20,000. I know it's true. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and good luck to everyone. And be curious to see who guys who can actually outscore each other, and see what the live ladder is next week. Because next week could all change around because it's pretty tight. All right, thanks, guys.